I guess I'll just try ours. Oh. Oh, wait, no, it was up there. It's less of a hunt when the game points which building to go to. I guess we are. For some reason, I thought we were on the west side of the city. I guess we're on the east side. Building with a bunch of branches of field. While the capital once had 2 such branches, this is the easternmost branch. Oh. Can't believe we even trespassed into our lodgings. Indeed, though from the look of things, it doesn't seem we touched anything else. It's not a pleasant thought. Yeah, it's definitely not as obtuse. I actually preferred it that way, because it made it more of an actual hunt. Kind of creepy knowing he was here. Especially considering we don't know what he's actually after. Anyway, let's see what the next card says. Fourth key is on the bottom of the white burden of the steel bird perched at the water's edge. I don't know what this refers to exactly, but it's probably at the port. I'm clinging to water's edge, first and foremost. Let's go wander around here. Oh, yeah, and then it literally just tells me where it is. What is it referring to, though? The crane? Oh, yeah. Steel bird perch. Oh, well, yeah, that's a crane. I'll make its white bird in these containers. Can't see a card attached. You don't even have to think about these. That's the problem. The clue did say it would be on the bottom. Perhaps we should discuss this with whoever's in charge here and ask him to check the containers for us. That'd be Dan Berto. We met him earlier today, so let's see if he's willing to help. Devil did that get stuck to the bottom like that? He wouldn't have been able to attach it without lifting the container, and that would have meant using the crane. But when did he do it? None of us ever noticed anything suspicious. Well, he is supposed to be a master of disguise, right? Maybe he disguised himself as one of the workers. Wonder if it was because too many people complained about how obtuse the Sky games were. Why I can't use the thinking thing. That's also just a general thing in game design, period. Where, let's say, pre-2009, I'm gonna say 9. Pre-2009, things were a little more obscure, a little more obtuse, and you actually had to think about it. And then game design shifted to, here's what you do, and here's where you go to do it, and here's how you do it, and then just go do it. Go tick your thing off your list and feel happy about it. That's what I feel like general game design has shifted towards. Just tick your thing off your list and feel happy about it, as opposed to actually think about what you're doing. But then the thinking comes from the crazy ass shit that they do for, like, upgrading equipment and gotchas and all that shit. So, as a result, quest design suffers. People don't like it. What am I doing? Right now, I'm just checking my list. Alright, the final key is also hidden near the water's edge. The crimson crown you seek sleeps within a black ark, nestled in the steel car that marches with the minutes. This one's just as obtuse. Here's the thing, the clue is, like, sufficiently obtuse. It says final key and crimson crown, so at least there's that. I don't know what that's referring to. Oh, look! Oh, look! No thought required. I guess this is the last clue refers to the orbital tram. Seems like the best fit. What about the marching with the minutes? The tram's schedule, of course, arriving and departing at preset times. Time to port is the starting and ending point for all the trams in the city. So you could say the tram here is waiting for its appointed time. That makes sense in a weird way. Also, like, the game hour is like, oh, it's on the port too. The port isn't that big. It wouldn't be, if you couldn't figure it out, it would take you maybe like a minute to just like wander around and wait for the prompt to show up. Get the driver's permission to have a look inside. Can you do us a favor? Let us in, please. The infamous Phantom Thief B hit something in this tram car? We believe that to be the case. Oh, really? Well, I get where you're coming from. Go on and look around as much as you want. Yo, that driver had blue hair, though. Game could have benefited from a setting that allowed you to disable quest markers. Perhaps, yeah. Must be the black arc. Isn't it kind of weird that the driver didn't notice it? Isn't it also kind of weird that the driver had blue hair? I wouldn't be so sure. Let's have a look inside. Yep, this is it. So this is the storied Crimson Tiara. It has such a fiery glow. So this thing's worth 100 million Mira, huh? I'm almost afraid to handle it. Yeah, well, you've got to be really careful about getting this back to the jeweler safely.
So the tiara really was in there, huh? Now I'm wondering if the last passenger who stepped off the tram was Phantom Thief B himself. I don't remember there being any unusual passengers on board, though.
I see. So you have no idea who Phantom Thief B could have been then?
Split the profits, go in hiding. The end. Yeah. We're now criminals.
To have done so much and yet left no trace of his presence. He must truly be a master at covering his tracks.
I'll say, but hey, at least we were able to get the tiara back. I suppose that's good enough.
What's wrong, Renne?
Why are you staring at me like that?
I think it's time we put an end to this little charade. Don't you,
This is the smartest thing Renne has ever done.
Baron Blue Blanc? Or should I call you Phantom Thief B?
What?
He just solved a puzzle that literally no other character has. That's how he should laugh.
This savory taste is why the unripe fruit is the most delectable of all.
Wait, aren't you the Baron we met earlier? But that mask...
That's the mask of Phantom Thief B.
Allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Phantom Thief Blue Blanc, otherwise known simply as Phantom Thief B. Baron Blue Blanc is but one of the many roles I have assumed during my pursuits. Incidentally, might I ask when you first discovered my true identity?
It didn't really take much discovering. You went out of your way to show up in the Crystal Garden after all. Now, maybe it's just me, but I find it hard to believe you were seriously trying to hide your identity to begin with. Your disguises, nothing short of perfect, I have to admit. But with all the work you've put into this, I suspected you might come check on us near the end of your little game.
Ha ha! I see. Excellent deductive reasoning. Simply splendid.
But why would you do something like this? Why go to all the trouble?
Ah, does that interest you? Must there be a motive?
Nah. Now that we know your identity, there's nothing more to discuss.
Theft is a crime.
Indeed, a crime we will not allow to go unpunished.
Ah, what spirited youths you are!
What? How did he do that?
Just a little trick I like to keep up my sleeve. Regardless, you have provided me with plenty of sport and more than enough entertainment for one day. I will be watching your future achievements with keen interest. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, I bid you adieu.
If you've never played the Sky games, you're just like, this is a funny character. But I've played the Sky games, and I'm just like, there's sinister shit going on. I don't remember, did he leave Ouroboros or not? Or is he still part of Ouroboros? Either way, he was involved in some evil
He
shit,
disappeared
so...
again.
That's quite a little trick.
He might still be nearby. Let's search the area.
I played this before Sky, I was like, what was all that about? Yeah, right? You're just like, who is this dude? He's still an enforcer? Okay, I thought so. I believe they were able to recover the tiara safely. How can I ever thank you? I almost get the impression we're the reason he stole it in the first place. Maybe we should apologize to you. Oh no, not at all. Phantom Thief B's conquests have always seemed rather capricious. I imagine he just decided to use all of you as a convenient excuse for his latest escapade. I don't think that's likely. Better not to say anything. Indeed, the last thing we want is to cause more confusion. I'm afraid I can't offer you much, but please take these as a token of my thanks. But it's still a lot of Sepith. Are you sure it's alright to give us this much? Well, this is a jewelry boutique after all. We have more Sepith lying around than we know what to do with. Well, that makes sense. Got a decent amount of Sepith mass as well. Well, work through field study tasks. I guess the cutscene's gonna happen when I leave the building. So I was like, I ain't got any left. 20 up some more stingy, right? When she said, oh, we don't have much to give, and I was like, it's a jewelry store. You have fuck tons of everything that's monetarily valuable. That was quite exhausting. And Thief B was an even more unpleasant fellow than I had expected. Annoying to think his smug face was watching us the whole time. Yeah, though his name is pretty well known around here. He was plainly suspicious even when we first met him, but I didn't suspect he'd prove this much of a troublemaker. Something wrong, Reen? I was just thinking, he must be incredibly skilled. He disguised himself so well that it was virtually unrecognizable, not to mention all those other things he did. If this were martial arts we were talking about, he'd definitely be at the master level. Can't disagree. Why would someone like that try to mess with us? Specifically asked for Group A, too, though I can't imagine why. They know about the awakened shit. So they need to be in Reen's life. Because Reen is the awakener. Or whatever. Hello, hello. Sounds like you've been keeping yourselves busy. So, Lisa. Oh, it's Sarah. Ooh, got it in one. How'd you guess? Don't tell me. Is it your smoldering love for your tragically beautiful teacher? I have many feelings about you, but love would be stretching it. Did he just admit he's attracted to his teacher? Anyway, you don't usually call us when you're out on a field when we're out on field studies. Something wrong? Actually, there's somewhere I'd like Group A to go. When you finish up what you have to do for your field study, I'd like you to head over to the Sankt district. Okay. That's where Heimdall Cathedral and the embassies are, right? I think Elise's Academy is somewhere around there, too. Yeah, that's the place. I want all of you assembled outside St. Estrella Ghoul's Skull at 5 o'clock. Group B will be there, too. What? Don't worry, I've already informed the governor about this, so go ahead and enjoy yourselves. Anyway, have fun. Toodles! But hold on. What's wrong now? Sounds as though the instructor is being her usual irresponsible self again. Pretty much, I don't know what she's thinking. Oh, I know where that is. That Girls' Academy for Nobles. Isn't that the one your sister attends? I have a few acquaintances who attend there myself. But I can't imagine why she'd have us all meet there. Girls' Academy, huh? I'm kind of curious. Sure she has her reasons, weird ones probably. It's almost evening, so we should finish up here and start heading over. Best way to get to the Saints is by tram, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter where we catch the tram from. It'll pass through there. I almost dread to think that what we'll have to do when we get there, though. Alright. Do I have anything else to do? I don't know if I should buy armor or not. I don't know if I need it. Maybe I could buy 1 or 2 for people who have lower defense. 25. Like maybe just Elliot's? He is the squishiest. Should probably just do that. Van Clear Street, right? Yeah. I could buy some ingredients too. I haven't cooked in a while. Yeah, it'll give him defense that's like on par with everyone else. Could buy the boots too. 530. Maybe Fee as well. She's in front all the time. I'll stop there. I am gonna buy some ingredients though and do some cooking. Maybe I can get some good foods. I don't use them. I only end up using them in boss fights. But I'll buy 3 of these. Alright, I'm probably good there. Alright. I still need the... Okay, so this one is Gaius, I think, to get the exceptional one. This one will be Machias, most likely.
All right, I'll give it a try.
He's the only one with the big face. Yeah.
What did you expect?
Do one with Aria.
This turns out okay. Something seems wrong.
Okay. Better than expected.
Nice, 3 for 3 on those. Fuck yeah.
I'll do what I can.
Black liquid. We've gotten what? Yellow liquid,
I'm
white
proud of
liquid,
this
black
one.
liquid. Oh, nice. Oh, this will be Elise or Emma for the big one. Gaius for the shitty one. Might be able to make that with, like, other people. Let's do one with Elliot.
Hope this turns out okay.
We got the sparkly.
Ooh, this looks pretty nice.
Not bad. Oh, I should be able to get the good tomato.
All right, I'll give it a try.
It's bitter, so I'm going with Machias. It's a bitter tomato.
What
Fucking
did you
called
expect?
it. Fucking called it. Uses for the unique one there. Oh, can't do either one for that. Okay, are there any in here that I just want to have more of then? I can't make any Nord porridge. Well, I could make Nord porridges. Sure, I can get
All
some
right, I'll give
Nords
it a
with
try.
Machias.
Perfect. I suppose this will do.
Whatever, I have one. A freeze food wouldn't be bad.
Okay.
Wish
technically edible.
Thank you. Ceiling mute. Might go with the golden juice. There aren't a lot of, like, KOs in here.
All right, I'll give it a try. Perfect.
Oh, I don't have it. Oh, I won't be able to make any soft and fluffy omelets. Well, this is very unlikely. Alright, that's enough cooking. Enough cooking. Alright, let's move forward. I don't have anything to do with the Orbital Factory, do I? Probably buy a Master Quartz. I can do that whenever, though. I'll wait until I actually have an excess of money. Oh, I have to go to the actual tram. Hold on, let me just double check here. I'm sure we're fine.
They were wearing the same uniform as Reen's sister.
Yeah, they must go to St. Estrella too.
So, the famous St. Estrella Girls' School is around here, huh? It's supposed to be a combined middle and high school exclusively for the young ladies of the nobility.
Yeah, this is one part of the capital that the masses have no reason to visit. Although, I can at least support the school's commitment to fostering chastity and rejecting materialism.
You seem to know an awful lot about a fancy girls' school.
Yeah.
No, I don't. This is all just common knowledge.
Anyway, let's go and wait by the front gate.
Yeah, those were the instructor's orders.
I'm feeling kind of nervous, actually.
Why would you?
To men, this academy must seem clad in the mysterious, impenetrable aura of feminine nobility.
Also, Elliot's nervous at all times. So, that's not unusual for him.
I was wondering, did you not want to come here, Laura?
My father did recommend it to me, but they offered no classes in the martial arts. That alone was reason enough to look elsewhere.
I can totally understand that.
Though I get the feeling Laura would cause a real uproar if she went to a school for genteel young ladies.
Yeah, I can picture the chaos now.
Oh? I have a number of acquaintances who attend there, and from all I hear, it does seem to be a wonderful school. I've heard that even Princess Alphen herself is a student there.
I've heard that too.
Princess who?
You've seriously never heard of her? I know you're not from Erebonia, but even still.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if plenty of Erebonians didn't know who she is.
Princess Alphen is the daughter of our reigning emperor, His Majesty Emperor Eugent. She's supposed to be as sweet as an angel and popular with everyone.
Is that so?
Actually, I believe she's the same age as Fee. I've had the opportunity to meet her once before. She truly is as charming as the rumors suggest.
I figured as much. I've seen photographs of her plenty of times in magazines, though I've never had the opportunity to meet her.
Sounds like she's in the same school year as Elise, come to think of it. She has a twin brother, too, Prince Cedric. He's the crown prince of Erebonia.
Oh, right. I think I've seen a picture of the prince in a magazine before. Dark blonde hair, like Eustace's brother, right?
Oh, I think you're thinking of Prince Oliver. He's Cedric and Alphen's older brother.
Why isn't he the crown prince then?
I've heard the reason is that his mother was a commoner. It seems like a stupid reason to deny him the right of succession, but that's how nobles do things.
I feel like I've been hearing his name a lot lately. He made a big splash when he came back from Liberl aboard that airship. You know the one, right?
Ah, you must be referring to his return aboard the Arcel. After the crisis in Liberl.
Arcel? I'm still gonna say Arcel. I know it's completely wrong. I also say the Burl, which sounds weird to me.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It really made a big impact. I'd never seen an airship that looked so white and elegant before.
I believe my father went to welcome the prince back in his capacity as imperial governor, too. And yeah, now that you mention it, that does seem to be when I started hearing his name around a lot more.
Oh, you're all here already.
Ah, you made it.
It's good to see you all again.
You're a bunch of early birds, aren't you?
Well, we just about finished up everything we had to do when we got the call to meet here.
Were you able to finish up everything on your end, too?
As if we'd leave any loose ends. If not for our unfamiliarity with the city, we would have been finished this morning.
Every time.
Looks like getting these two to kiss and make up will be an uphill battle.
But we will do it!
Well,
No matter
some
how
say
many
that
years
when
it
someone
takes.
gets under your skin, it means you really care about what they think.
Wait, did you two...
I figured the girls would be the first to notice.
Of course. I apologize for any worry I've caused you.
We're fine now.
Really? That's great! It sure is. Maybe after this field study is over, we can get together and spend the night talking in one of our rooms.
Sounds good.
The thought of a Class 7 pajama party makes me a little embarrassed.
That's girls for you.
Girls and sleepovers go together like jam and toast, huh?
Top of pillow
That was
fighting leads
behind
into
All
something else.
Cathedral's bell.
The two very different reactions from you two.
It has a solemn, stately sound, wouldn't you say? It sounds so different from how it does in the Ost district. Though that makes sense considering the distance.
That bell ringing must mean it's 5 o'clock, which means it's almost the time we were supposed to meet here.
Reen?
Elise, what are you doing here? Wait, I guess this is your school, so where else would you be?
Yes. I see all of your classmates are with you too.
It's only been a week since we saw you, hasn't it?
Well, we were told to meet here.
Wait a minute. Are you the ones? The 9 guests I was told to expect at 5 o'clock sharp?
Well, there are 9 of us in Class 7. Wait, what?
Then that would mean you're the one we were told wanted us to come here?
Actually, I suspect that would be a friend of mine. Why does she always have to be such a mischief maker? I swear. She could have at least given me a little warning that you were coming.
Elise?
Anyway, where are my manners? Welcome to St. Estraya Girls' School. I hope you'll enjoy your visit. Right this way.
Boys! Oh my god. I can't read this that fast. Like, I can't say it out that fast. It's Lady Laura. Silver-haired girl looks like she needs a hug. feel their stares boring holes in my head. Pay them no mind. You certainly do seem to be the stars of the show today. Lore's as popular as ever. I can't say that being admired doesn't feel nice, but please don't be too hard on them. We don't have many opportunities to meet people from outside the school. Think that boy in the front is a commoner? I'm not sure about that. Other way, he looks so handsome. How do you think they know Elise? Actually, you're right. This is kind of uncomfortable. Are they all the same age as you, Elise? I don't know and I don't care.
What's in here?
Yeah, if you call my brother handsome again, I'll snap your neck. That's pretty much it.
It looks like an indoor garden.
This is the Academy's Rose Garden. The person who called you here is waiting inside.
Who did call us here anyway?
Whoever they are, they must have considerable social standing.
Your Highness, I brought the guests. Thank you. Please show them in.
Oh,
No way.
Hey, Elise, is that...
You don't need to ask when you already know. Now, if you'll follow me.
Sometimes you do need to ask when you already know. You just need confirmation. Sometimes you just need confirmation.
I knew it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. My name is Alphen. Alphen Rice Arner.
Rice? Alright.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
I never pronounce names correctly. I always get them wrong.
Come on, Elise, cheer up. I'm sorry, all right? I was only trying to tease you a little. Don't you have something you wanted to discuss with everyone? Please, go right ahead. Well, that aside, it's been a long time since I last saw both of you, Eustace and Laura. I'm glad to see you're both well.
Likewise, Your Highness.
You've become even more fetching since we last met.
Aw, thank you. I was rather hoping that you'd decide to enroll in Saint Estrella too. But it seems you chose to attend Thor's after all.
Well, I've committed myself to following the way of the sword, and Thor's gives me a place to hone my skills. I apologize for not being able to live up to your expectations.
First I lost Angelica to Thor's, then you too. Perhaps I should just transfer there next year myself. Your Highness. Got you to look. But
Well, she seems lively.
she seems far more easygoing than I was expecting.
I've heard plenty about her, but none of that prepared me for meeting her in person.
So, this is what it's like to be in the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming.
I can see why people always compare her to an angel.
Me too.
please don't worry about me. While I still have much to learn before I feel like I deserve my status among the nobility, I've been blessed with wonderful friends, and I'm enjoying life here at the Academy.
Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful friend. Kind of an understatement when that friend happens to be Princess Elfin.
I'm particularly happy to finally be able to meet you, Reen Schwarzer. Elise has told me so much about you. Your Highness?
I'm honored that you'd say so. Elise always mentions in her letters what a great friend she has. As her brother, I wanted to thank you for that.
Reen? Oh, it's so refreshing. You're every bit the person Elise says you are. Perhaps even more so.
Huh?
Actually, I have a teensy-weensy favor to ask.
Do you think I could join Elise in thinking of you as my dear brother as well?
What?
I'm with Reen. What?
Your Highness! You see, Elise has spoken of you so often that in my heart, you've already come to feel like family. And now that I've had the opportunity to meet you, I fear I simply can't suppress these feelings any longer. I have 2 brothers already, of course, so I'm sure it won't take long to adjust.
I couldn't possibly. I mean,
That's enough, Your Highness.
For like her, just like dead eyes, just like, what the fuck are you going on about, Alphen?
Aw, don't be so stingy. Surely it wouldn't hurt to share him with me a little. Anyway, that aside, the reason I called you here today was not to talk with me.
Was there a translation error? Did they mistake brother for something else?
There is someone else who would like to meet you.
Why? It's not like we're famous.
Who do you mean? Hey, isn't that...
It's Olivier.
A guitar? No, a lute?
Oh, it seems he's arrived. Oh,
I apologize for keeping you waiting.
Olivier, enter. Stage left. Alright.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
Who the fuck knows?
And you as well, young lady. Well, I trust everyone here has been making themselves comfortable.
Who's this guy? I'm not sure, though I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
I serve as a music instructor in the hallowed halls of this fine academic institution. In truth, I am ever on the hunt for that elusive mayfly we call love. But that might raise eyebrows at a girls' school. But whose pulse would not quicken wandering into this untainted cloister of dew-eyed maidens? Ah, the romance.
Before I was gonna be like, oh, he's matured out of his perversion, and then he continued talking.
Could he be?
Ow! I think that's quite enough. Any more of that and our guests may start edging toward the exit.
Ah, I can always count on you to never miss a beat, my dear sister.
Oh, wait. So this is... Whoa.
Indeed. 'Tis I, Olivert Rice Arner, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the Debaucherous Prince. I also serve as Thor's Military Academy's ornamental chairman of the board. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
It's okay. If he never calls himself Olivier Lenheim, he doesn't have to do my voice. He can have a persona. He can have a royal persona. It's fine. Not bothered at all. Slightly bothered. I'm not bothered at all.
I have to admit, I was surprised to learn that you're the chairman of the board of directors, Your Highness. I'd heard that the chairman was a member of the imperial family, but still.
I'm not surprised. Who would expect the infamous prodigal son to chair a committee at a prestigious academy like Thor's? I suppose it's not surprising they'd rather keep it hushed up, though. It wouldn't exactly be great for the school's image.
That's surprisingly forthright coming from you.
Is it really true, though? I mean, that you were the one responsible for establishing Class 7, Your Highness?
Indeed, I was.
This explains a lot.
You see, it's always been a tradition that a member of the imperial family serves as chairman of the board. At first, I wore the title in name only, but I had a change of heart after my vacation in Liberl 2 years ago.
You were in Liberl back then?
That would put your visit during the incident that occurred there, correct?
Right. All I've done since I returned to Erebonia has been inspired by my experience during the crisis in Liberl. As a result, fruitless though they may prove to be, I've set a number of plans in motion. One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's military academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
Winds of change, huh?
I can only assume you're referring to our class?
Then the one who decided to throw both commoners and nobles into the same class was...
Yes, the idea was mine. Although the selected students also had to have a high aptitude with the Arcus units too.
I think I'm finally starting to understand the reasoning behind Class 7, and why we're being sent all over Erebonia on these field studies.
To show us firsthand and give us cause to consider the conflict between the two factions. That is the purpose behind our field studies. Is it not, Your Highness?
That is one of the reasons, yes. However, my foremost intention was to show you that during your lives, you will encounter many obstacles and conflicts, not just between factions, but between the capital and the provinces, tradition and technology, even between nations. In these turbulent times, I thought that this would provide the hands-on education today's promising youths need. We need up-and-comers who can think and act independently to face tomorrow's challenges head-on.
That makes sense.
Wow, that's quite a plan.
I can't help but feel a little unsure whether we can live up to such high expectations.
Hearing your explanation has, at the very least, cleared up many of the doubts I've had up to this point.
Class 7 does seem like an ideal environment to expand one's outlook on life.
I feel like going through everything we have so far has brought us closer to doing exactly that.
Yep.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased to hear it. Just listening to you makes me feel even more certain that establishing Class 7 was the right decision. Especially since while the idea itself was mine, I have no real say in how the classes run day to day. Even so, I still hope to meet all of you at least once, if only to tell you all this. That was when Alphen stepped in and offered to set up this little meeting.
I see. Well, I could hardly refuse such a sincere request from my brother. But it also presented me a fine chance to finally meet Elise's beloved brother, as I've always wanted to. Your Highness!
I'm still waiting for Alphen to invite Reen to, like, her debut thing. I assume that's what she wants as well.
Thank you for taking the time to tell us all of this, Your Highness. I feel like now that I know, I want to live up to the promise you saw in Class 7. Thing is, am I right in assuming that Class 7 doesn't exist just to fulfill your progressive ideal?
What do you...
Oh?
The board has its chairman, of course, but 3 directors besides. My older brother Rufus, Imperial Governor Karl Regnitz, and Irina Reinford of the Reinford Group.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you mention it...
They do seem to have certain expectations for us.
Precisely. As I mentioned, I no longer have anything to do with how Class 7 is run. That authority lies with the directors. As you're keenly aware, Rufus and Governor Regnitz sit on opposite sides of the factional divide. And while Chairman Irina is mostly involved with Class 7's technology, like the Arcus, her intentions are a mystery to me. And it's those 3 who decide where you'll travel for your field studies.
Is that right?
When you put it that way, it does make it seem like some kind of bargaining is taking place behind the scenes.
It was one of the conditions they gave in exchange for allowing Class 7 to be established. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country. Well, I suppose when I put it that way, it sounds positively heroic. But that's just me. Don't feel too pressured by it. You're students, first and foremost. Reach out and grab that fragrant rose of school life. Join a club. Eat cheap food with your friends at midnight. Fall in love. We live but once. Make your youth count.
He's not waxing as poetic as he usually does.
You know, it's weird, but
Makes me
hearing you
sad.
say that kind of takes a load off my mind.
By the way, just earlier you said that we believed the Class 7 would be a great light. Is there someone else involved with Thor's who shares your vision for our class, Your Highness?
There is. Principal Van Dyke. I once attended Thor's myself and studied under him. He gave my proposal to establish Class 7 his full backing.
I see.
He's been particularly considerate toward us ever since we arrived at the academy.
While he has no direct control over the running of the academy, he does preside over the board meetings. And above all, he's the one who assembled an excellent team to give you first-rate training.
An excellent team, you say?
Are you referring to Instructor Sarah?
Sarah, excellent? What the fuck?
Well, she's certainly one of them. Still, coaxing her away from her former line of work certainly played a large part in giving Class 7 a great foundation. She is, after all, one of the strongest people in the Empire, and her experience makes her a natural field leader.
Wait, what?
Instructor Sarah? One of the strongest people in Erebonia?
Exactly what experience might you be referring to?
I've even heard rumors of her daring exploits myself. She was known as the Purple Lightning. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Wait. Purple Lightning?
I knew it.
If you two have heard of it, it must be a household name among martial artists.
That's right. Though I've just heard it in passing.
Ah, that young ace of the Erebonian Bracer Guild, and one of the Empire's most famous bracers. She has a history full of brave feats and dangerous deeds. She was even the youngest bracer to achieve A-rank status. Back then, she was known as the Purple Lightning. Now, you know her simply as your homeroom teacher.
I like that reaction. Wait, what? What? Sarah? Thanks for seeing us out. Never would have guessed you were friends with Princess Alphen, of all people. Still, Joshua got A rank in my game. Canonically, they're only rank B. Yeah. I wish I knew how much of what she said was genuine. Hey, Elise. Thank you for taking the time to come here today. Take care on your way back to your lodgings. We will, thank you. Good night. Good night, everyone. What? Don't worry. Kind of understand where she's coming from. I doubt anyone could have guessed that Her Highness would extend such a bold invitation to you. I'm not sure how that's my fault. Oh yes, I almost forgot. Renne, I have a small favor I'd like to ask of you. Here it is. Of me? Your Highness? Oh, you're going to ask him? But of course. You see, tomorrow I'll be attending a garden party sponsored by the local government for the start of the festival. Or rather, Marcus's father invited me to attend. Yes, I seem to recall hearing that myself. That's the one at the Crystal Garden in Mater Park, right? Indeed. Anyway, let's not waltz around the matter. I was rather hoping that you would join me as my dance partner, Renne. Elise is like, I'll snap your fucking neck. Do you think Her Highness knows that old Santa dance today awaiting tomorrow? I'm sure that's fully in the realm of tabloid speculation. So there's no design that many will interpret it that way. Whoa, hold on a minute. I don't think I can. I mean, it would be honor, but it's like too great of an honor for someone like me. No, not at all. Your father may be a baron, but the Schwarzes have long had deep ties with the Imperial family. I apologize if this comes across as rude, but inviting you would likely create less opposition than if I were to invite Eustace. I see. Well, I can't deny that. You needn't apologize. I find your choice rather fascinating, actually. Eustace, you're not helping. Anyway, I really don't think I'm the man you want. Sometimes I could rather keep from tripping over my own feet. Is that so? Elise once told me that she asked you to help her practice the finer points of ballroom dancing. In fact, she says you're an excellent dancer, that you step lightly and very gracefully. Is that not true, Renne? I understand. Elise is not. Elise has been giving Alphen a death stare this entire time. It was rude of me to trouble you with a petition like this on such short notice. Besides, I don't suppose you would have much interest in dancing with a little girl like me. No. Getting the royal guilt trip here. That's my sister, alright. She really knows how to twist the knife. Was it the game series in Borderline incestuous siblings? I don't know. They did that. They did that. That was like the main romance with Joshua and Estelle. I don't know why they're doing it again here. I don't. But yeah, it's like one's always adopted, so it's like it's not technically incest. Looks like they're having fun. I had no idea the Imperial family was such a lively and cheerful bunch. I have a feeling they aren't all like this. Let's see. How could it not have crossed my mind? Perhaps the truth is that you already have your heart set on someone else. Or is there someone you're already courting? Fee's just like, I'm gonna remember this. Fee's gonna remember this so she can just, like, embarrass him later. Do you? I'm positively dying to know which maiden has conquered the battlefield of your heart. I mean, how am I gonna get out of this one? I'm not sure how to turn her down gently. Very well, I shall relent this time. Huh? However, next year I'll be 16, just like your sister. That's when I'll be making my debut into high society, so I'd be very happy if you give my invitation some thought. Well, aren't you the lucky one? Her Highness really seems to have taken a liking to you. You really ought to have accepted her invitation. It might have led to something truly unexpected in the future. No, I doubt it. It seemed like she just took an interest in me because I'm her friend's brother. She didn't seem all that serious about it, so I figured she was just trying to tease the two of us. Can't deny it seemed that way. But I got the impression that wasn't all that was going on there. You weren't the only one feeling nervous that whole time. Prince Oliver was an even more unusual person than I'd heard. No doubt about that. He seemed entertaining to be around. I think that he's the one who made Class 7 possible. It seemed easygoing, but hearing him talk about our class made what we're doing feel even more important. Besides, he gave us plenty of other useful info. Yeah, including the fact that the board of directors seems to have their own agenda for us. I have no idea what they're planning, but their motives seem incredibly suspicious. Agreed. Hearing about the instructor's background kind of threw me for a loop, too. I wouldn't have imagined she used to be a bracer, maybe because you don't really see them around anymore to begin with? A rank is more or less the highest you can be, too. I assume you already knew about her history, Fee? Yep, the guild is every Jaeger Corps' main competition, after all. Probably even ran into her a few times during our operations. Really? I'd almost forgotten about those good old days. How long have you been there? So, looks like you finally found out about my work history, huh? I guess that kind of tarnishes my ravishing adult charm a bit, then. I hate to break it to you, but you didn't have any to begin with. Shh. Did you hear an old maid sighing? What was that? Good evening, everyone. Captain Claire. It's quite the unusual combination. Let me be the first to assure you that this wasn't my idea, but the governor has asked me to tell you that tomorrow's field study is being put on hold. Instead, you get the exciting opportunity to help this lady and her goons with their evil schemes. Huh? What evil schemes? Sarah, could you maybe not try to put them off entirely before I've even had a chance to explain? Actually, there is a matter I'd like all of you to help us with. I've discussed this with the governor. He decided this would be the best way to handle the issue. Now, if you would be so kind as to get on board, I'll explain everything to you at the command post at Heimdall Central Station. I promise you're not being arrested out of nowhere. Armored cars roll up. Please come with me. It's like, Terrorists? indeed. I'm afraid we have no choice but to define them as such. Unfortunately, we have no clue as to their aim, nor do we know the names of the group's members, its size, or its history. At present, it doesn't even seem that the terrorist group has established a name for itself. It's a lot of unknowns. Would I be correct in assuming the man we met in the North Highlands who was trying to start a war was a member? So he's one of them. Said his name was Gideon or G or something like that. So that's what that man you encountered in the Highlands was up to. He does sound like the terrorist type. And you think he and his group are going to try something tomorrow on the first day of the summer festival? We're currently operating under that assumption, yes. The summer festival lasts 3 days, but unlike festivals in other provinces, only the first day garners much attention. It's been a month since the incident in Nord. If they intend to make their next move soon, tomorrow is a likely time. I'd have to agree. Terrorists do love their time in the spotlight, after all. Considering how easily Gideon gave you his name, I'm betting we'll start to see them acting more openly soon. First you gather arms and other like-minded allies in secret, then you reveal yourself with a bang and keep going in quick succession. That's a typical terrorist MO. I see. You want us to assist with countermeasures against them? Right, the RMP will be joining forces with the Heimdall military police to bolster the capital's security. Unfortunately, as big as the capital is, I can't say with complete confidence that there'll be no holes in our security. That's where you come in. You'll be assisting our security measures as a reserve force. It'd sure be nice if the guild was still active here. They would have come in mighty handy right about now. Yeah, I don't disagree. Sarah, you do know that the RMP had no involvement in the guild's withdrawal from the capital, right? Oh, really? I mean, your boss and that brother of yours could hardly make their opposition to the guild more obvious if they tried. Wow, these two really seem to have a messy history. Sure looks that way, especially where the guild is concerned. Although it sounds like your brother has been keeping busy in Crossbell recently. So, what's it gonna be? Whether you choose this as your field study test for tomorrow is totally up to you. That subtle shade that she just threw. It's like, oh, I hear your brother's doing well. Wink, wink. If you decline, there are plenty of tasks the governor needs taken care of, like you've been doing the last 2 days. The summer festival is a busy time, after all. Lots of little details that need to be squared away. I think I speak for Group A when I say we'd be glad to join in with the anti-terrorist countermeasures. You're doing another poll. No. No crying face. No crying face. If you're gonna do the poll, positive vibes. You're gonna get what you want. You're gonna get 5 stars or 8 stars or that super rare what's-a-who's it. Alright then. Thank you for your assistance, everyone. Also, don't spend too much money if you're spending money. Just don't. Does it legit go up to 32? That is why you playing this. Oh, imagine if it did, though. Imagine if you had 32 stars. Pretty sure players would riot. Just be like, what the fuck is this shit? Now let's move right along to confirming the patrol routes you'll be following. Would not even touch that. Yeah, I think most people would look at that and be like, no. That's too far. Some, like, they do over time, like, the older ones do increase the numbers, though, because they'll start off at 5. And eventually the 6 stars will come out, and eventually the 7 stars come out, and eventually the 8 stars come out, and then the 9 stars. Like, because you gotta get that power creep, so you keep grinding and playing and paying money. Although, well, I think a lot of them don't go that linearly. They'll do 6 stars, and then there'll be some sort of side extra thing, and then eventually you get 7 stars, and you have some other side power-up thing, and then another side power-up thing, and then you get to 8 star, and it's all that shit. I hate gotchas. Up until about a year and a half ago, I'd swing by here at least once a week. I wouldn't be surprised if I'd seen you around before then. Well, I did end up getting to know your sister. Fiona, right? Works as a piano teacher? Seriously? Wait, she did say she knew someone who worked at the guild. guess she was talking about the instructor. Still, instructor, what is it that caused the guild to withdraw from the capital? I've been wondering that for a while now myself. The guild used to be pretty active here in Erebonia, right? Well, yeah. The direct cause was guild branches all over the country being blown up, but I'm sure you already know that. The culprits were a Jaeger Corps hired by a nasty bunch the guild was at odds with at the time. Well, still is, but anyway. Thanks to a dependable ally, we were able to defeat the Jaegers, but by then, the Imperial government had its eye on us. They started making life difficult for us, took away most of the guild's authority in the country, leaving our hands tied. Eventually, the branches here started closing one by one, with no real prospect of ever reopening. That's how it was. Don't worry, your dad might be the city's governor, but he wasn't really involved. A certain friend of his, however, was very involved. Talking about Osborne. Representative of the Imperial government, I assume. Yep, him and his cronies in the Imperial Intelligence Division. It's kind of like a sister organization to the Railway Military Police. More poop? Why does that game just give you poop? That's no good. Anyway, after that, I was out of a job. That's when Principal Van Dyke came and offered me a position at the academy. I started as a combat instructor last spring, and after that, I wound up being chosen your class's homeroom teacher. I still help the guild from time to time, though. That's how I ended up bringing in our Jaeger princess here. Knock it off. So that's what happened. You mentioned that a Jaeger Corps was responsible for the attacks. What was its name? Oh, it wasn't the same group Fee used to run with. They were called Jester, not a particularly high-ranking outfit. I see. Worried about me? Well, I did suspect that it was likely a different corps. It was just like this before I initially stopped playing. I mean, I think it's time. I think it's time to give up the gacha. Give it up forever! Forever and ever! It's a terrible garbage system. It should never be supported. So they fucking stop doing it. I hate it. I hate gachas. But the sound of it, the Jaeger Corps Fee belonged to was a pretty large one, though. Oh, definitely. She was with Zephyr. Her leader was this insidious guy known as the Jaeger King. You name a combat specialty, Zephyr had it covered. I just want a phone game to play, but they all suck. Yes. Why I don't play games on my phone? The only time I ever play games on my phone is if I'm stuck in a situation where I have literally nothing else to do. And I'm like, well, I might as well pass the time with this shit. You know what you could play? Hold on, what's it called? Gyee? Gyee. What's it called? Gyee. It's just one word. I don't know how to pronounce it. Gyee? Yeah, Gyee. I don't know if it's good, but it's got lots of eye candy. So, you want some man waifus? That's where you go. They were the only corps on par with the Red Constellation, which has its roots in the Berserkers of the Middle Ages. They caused plenty of trouble back when I was still a full-time bracer. Look who's talking. You caused plenty of trouble. Caused us plenty of trouble yourself. I hate phone games. I'm convinced they are why Nintendo pretty much put all their money on the Switch. They ruined the handheld market. Yeah. It's hard to believe this all happened to people we actually know. Yeah, it sounds more like a story out of some novel. Anyway, the terrorists you've been hearing about lately aren't part of any Jaeger Corps. Figured that was the case. Generally, Jaegers are interested in just two things, money and fighting. That Gideon guy you encountered in the Nord Highlands doesn't seem to fit that description, though. If I had to guess, I'd say he's acting on some kind of deep-seated grudge. A grudge, huh? Well, it's hard to say anything for sure. I never met him myself. From what I understand, he did seem particularly tenacious. He was definitely that, which means we're really going to have to step it up for our patrol tomorrow. Your involvement is just a precautionary step, but if you're going to help, give it your best, I say. Seems like your teamwork is smoother than ever, too, so all the better. Anyway, it's late, so get your report written and get some sleep. I'm going to crash in one of the empty rooms upstairs. secretly has like an old liquor stash. The instructor never changes, does she? Old-fashioned though, I'd rather even browse the web or text. Do this weird thing with a phone where you actually call people. That is weird. I call people at work because, well, if I need a quick answer, like I need an actual quick answer for something, then I call. Where I'm like, or if like something weird happens, I'm like, I need voice to like explain my intent so someone's not like, who is this dumbass bitch? In an email I write. But yeah, that is weird. I haven't like, the only person I've ever called is my grandma. And like the last like actual call had a phone conversation, I think it's my grandma. In years. She seemed more talkative than usual. Feels like she was pushing herself. Now that you mention it, she did seem far more forthcoming with information than usual. Maybe she's feeling a bit weird being back in her old workplace. You might be right. Still, I guess we're not really in any position to be worrying about her. We'll just have to do our best to coordinate with Group B tomorrow and make sure everything goes smoothly. Alright, the sooner we get that report, the sooner we can sleep. Yeah. Oh, no. No bonus AP this time.
Someday.
Someday. Here's the thing, it wouldn't cost her much extra if Jinx were on her, because she would drink most of it herself, so it's not like she's buying extra booze. Is it Gideon or someone? Oh, it's Gideon.
The time is finally at hand. At last, the hammer of judgment shall rouse this indolent capital from its slumber.
We're fresh out of high school, we're talking 15 years ago. Anyway, even back then, I remember trying to call and get a hold of a friend for like days and nothing. I finally texted him and he answered immediately. Yeah. I was like, what the hell, dude? And he told me he never answers his phone, only text him. I understand. I get it less now because I'm forced to like talk to people on the phone, but I had phone anxiety forever. Like, it would sometimes take me days to call for anything.
Yeah!
And anytime someone was calling me, I was like, oh, I don't want to answer it. It's like this weird fear that some sort of horrible conversation is about to occur.
All of the necessary preparations are complete.
I'm mostly over it now, but
it feels like you have so few men accompanying you.
Wouldn't it be wise to call in a few others for backup?
There's nothing to fear. As long as I have this flute, not even the railway military police stand a chance of stopping us. Tomorrow, the people of this land will at last know our name. My dear comrades,
what is your name?
I shall be counting on you all.
What is your name?
Yeah!
Yeah, why is that guy on the crate? I don't know. Alright. Should have done this earlier. I think it's finally time I, like, took a break. Stretch my legs and stuff. I'm feeling the need to, like, get up and move. So, I'll be right back. Alright. I had a thought. I had two thoughts. I'm so excited to be 3 hours in the future. Because, like, the last few nights, I'm like, man, I just want, like, this tiny little, like, snack. And I don't have anything. Like, anything. To just, like, just eat a little bit of. I was like, man, I kind of want some cookies. And I was like, ugh! I made peanut butter cookies But I ended up making so much fucking dough, I couldn't, there was no way I was gonna, like, bake them all. So I have some in my freezer, and I just pulled it. Now I can't wait. I'm gonna cook some peanut butter cookies later. So good. I also had a thought in regards to breaks and, like, a timer. If I ever had a timer, it'd be like, be right back 5 minutes. I would never, ever, ever get that accurate. Don't burn them this time. I will probably not. If I wasn't to ever set a timer, I would never, it would never be accurate. So it's like, it's so pointless to be like, oh, I'll be back in 5 minutes, because it'll, but what if I did a timer the other way? Like it counted up. Like an uptime timer for breaks. Because then you could be like, oh, he's been gone for like 8 minutes now. He's probably going to be back any second. Thoughts? Opinions? Could work. It wouldn't detract it in any way, I don't think. At least it gives you an indication of how long I've been gone. So like if you're coming into my stream, you're like, oh shit, he's on break. But if it's like 12 minutes, then it's like, oh, we should be back soon, right? Anyways, I'm gonna go check on Group B before heading over to the Railway Military Police's command post. Just give me a call on your Arcus if you find anything during your patrols. Okay. So I was expecting Captain Claire to be our point of contact. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to agree to cooperate with the Railway Military Police. I'm not exactly delighted about working with them, but things are looking pretty serious. I'm helping them this once and acting as your point of contact, but I won't let them forget a minute that they owe me. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Tell Fiona thanks for the breakfast. Alright, we should get moving too. We've got our designated areas, so we'll be patrolling them one by one, keeping an eye out for anything suspicious. Mr. Sarah said she'd contact us around noon, too. Let's be off then. Yeah! I'm guessing the city's gonna be packed with people since it's the first day of the summer festival. All the more reason we need to stay especially vigilant. Why is Alphin's theme playing? What is the reasoning? Not even like a thing. Are there some where it's like I didn't get all their info? I didn't get all of his info. Now I'm really curious. Hold on. Oh yeah, some things just have 0 art defense, so that's why they're weak to arts. Makes sense. I should really, like, battle scope or detect any kind of boss character. I just kill them and I'm like, eh. Because half of it shows up anyway. I'm missing out on, like, the little blurbs. I haven't been reading the blurbs. I remember the entire trilogy of Sky. I read every blurb for every monster, and now I'm just not. Completely forgetting to do that. What's wrong, Milton? Oh, hi, Elliot. There's a pretty interesting rumor floating around at the moment about someone just vanishing all of a sudden. Do you know any more details? Oh, caught your interest, I see. I don't know. There's some good stuff. It might even be too juicy to share. Speak up, boy. We'll force it out of you. Read them all out loud to us. I used to. I'm not gonna do it all. I could do it all right now. But I literally used to do that. Every time I fought a new thing, I'm like, let's read its blurb, because some of them were funny. Or interesting. And I just completely forgot that was a thing. I think it's because there was a lack of, chest messages, so I was like, eh. There won't be anything interesting if there's no chest messages. Man, I miss those. It's like, so yeah, like I said, someone from one of the apartments around here just straight up vanished. The caretaker came back to check up on them this morning and found the room as empty as if no one had lived there. The only thing left in there was the key to the room. Quite a curious situation. Yeah, especially since they disappeared without even telling anyone. Never heard of anyone leaving town during the summer festival either. Maybe they had a reason they had to move out so quickly? Do you think this might be related to the terrorists in some way? Yeah, we're just gonna casually talk about terrorists in front of this little boy. Whoa, you seem like you got some good material. Yeah, there is a lack. Geofront did some of the Zero and Azure translations. Those are fan translations, right? I did hear about those. It sounded like work to make it work and streamable, so that's why I went to Cold Steel first. Is this about tearing wrists? Come on, fill me in. Don't worry, it's nothing important. There does seem to be some substance behind this rumor, though. I agree. I think we do well to keep this story in mind. All there is to investigate on Alto Street, we should move on to another part of the city. Any part of the city? Let's go to Van Clear. Really good. I've already played Azure. I'll go back and play it again when they get the translation released. Sounds good. Oh. Maybe I should talk to more people. 3 items! Got anything new? No. Wait, did I ever read? I never read issue 5. That's new. Special tour of Heimdall Summer Festival. The time has finally come for the Summer Festival to begin in Heimdall. The first day, in particular, is when a large number of traditional ceremonies take place and is sure to attract big crowds. In this special issue, we will be detailing the highlights of the day's festivities. The Imperial Family Parade. Doubtless, the most anticipated event of the Summer Festival is the parade. This is one of only a small number of chances in the year to see the Imperial family close up. Be sure not to miss it. Crown Prince Cedric will, as usual, be participating in the mass held at Heimdall Cathedral. He will be traveling in a red limousine, leaving Van Cleer Street to the west. Prince Oliver will be watching the summer races take place at Heimdall Racecourse. He will be traveling in a green limousine and will likely be heading south along Van Cleer Street. Princess Alphen, meanwhile, will be participating in the garden party to be held at Maida Park. She will be turning east on Van Cleer Street, traveling towards the Garnier area on board a white limousine. We hope that this summer will allow you to better plan your viewing of the parade and its royal hosts. Ambassadors arrive in Heimdall. Ambassadors from surrounding nations who will be attending a dinner party at Valflame Palace are currently visiting the capital. Duke Denon, representing the Liberal Kingdom.
Duke Denon has arrived.
And Speaker McDowell, attending on behalf of the Crossbell State. We're seeing exchanging greetings with Governor Regnitz. During their visit, they are also expected to discuss the fine details of next month's West Zemuria Trade Conference. Notice from the Heimdall Military Police. The first day of the summer festival in the city is expected to be particularly chaotic. Please help to keep disorder at a minimum by following the instructions of policemen and always adhere to traffic regulations. Exclusive interview with the RNP. Zero Reserves is so freaking good. We fans may be divisive on all the things. Almost everyone agrees crossbow duology is the best in the series has to offer. Really? In today's Q&A, we spoke with the officer in charge of the Railway Military Police to discuss the role and the security measures for the summer festival this year. Reporter, thank you for taking the time to talk with us. If you don't mind me asking, how did the Railway Military Police come to be assisting with the security for the summer festival? Captain Claire, hereafter Captain. I assume you're asking that question as you feel the summer festival has nothing to do with the railways. Well, if I might respond with another question, where do you think the origin of the railways is? You mean the center of the railways? Well, I was under the impression that they're manufactured in Ruhr City, so... The whole of this nation's railway network originates here in Heimdall. In other words, this very city is the Railway Military Police's center of operations. As such, in the same way that we have a unique right to help ensure security in towns and cities along railway lines, I believe we have a duty to ensure peace here in the capital. I see. I had been wondering if it was because the Heimdall Military Police was short of staff. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us. Phantom Thief B strikes again! News has surfaced about a tiara on display at the esteemed St. Corey Jewelers in Heimdall, called the Crimson Tiara, estimated to value 100 million mira, went missing and was then found. The perpetrator is believed to have been the elusive Phantom Thief B, and though the tiara was safely recovered by the end of the day, all involved were unable to hide their awe at the thief's unfaltering skill. A representative for the Heimdall Military Police confirmed the incident, commenting that they had not expected anything to occur on the day before the festival and would be tightening security as a result of the thefts. I need to rest my throat. What the fuck is Crow doing here?
Woohoo! I'm on a roll! I can almost taste that grand prize.
Crow?
He's not supposed to be here.
Guys.
He's not supposed to be here, but he's not allowed to be betting on the races.
How's that field study coming along?
Oh, it's going fine. But why are you here?
Oh, you don't know? Classes don't run back at the academy during the summer festival. So I came here to squeeze as much fun as possible out of this fortuitous bit of free time.
Meaning...
The summer races, of course.
Wait, you came all the way here to bet money on horse racing? We're minors! We're not allowed to place bets!
Sure, the previous Class 7 is here for like backup or something. Yeah, I like the alpha testers of Class 7, which I assume is Crow, Angelica, Sarah, Milliam? I don't know how she factors into all this shit.
Do I look like a lawbreaker to you? There's a magazine that's running a prize contest for the summer races. You send in your predictions, and if you're spot on, you win a really fancy prize.
So you came all the way to the capital just to check on that?
If only we all had such boundless energy.
All right, time for some serious praying to the goddess. I'll leave the money here, okay?
Thank you very much. Come back anytime.
Anyway, I'm heading over to the cathedral over in the Sankt district.
Sankt?
Peace.
Thanks.
Come on, goddess, let me win that prize.
That seems a rather pedestrian thing to pray for.
So irresponsible.
That's Crow for you. Looks like there's still places here we haven't explored. Let's go look somewhere else.